You know, and I know, and they know, cause we know, we go all in. You know, and I know, they know, cause we know, we go all in.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the newest edition of What You've Been Missing. You are now listening to the All Dressed Up podcast, episode 119, Sweet Baby Jesus, Man versus Woman. I am the man, the myth, the legend. I'm sorry. He is the man, the myth, the legend. Tell them who you are, baby. Tell them who you are. They don't know.
Man, missed you guys, man. It's your man have streams, man. What up, K Dizzle?
What up, man? What's good? What's
One of
going
them,
on?
one of them Sundays, man. The boys are back. It's the All Dressed Up podcast. We're live, man. Missed you, bro. What you been up to?
You know what it is? Trying to make $1.15. But no,
Nah, man, a nickel.
but no, man, having fun. We did 2 shows back to back. We took that next week. I know we were almost covered last week. We were like, you know what? Hold on, wife, we got some plans. So let me take care of my honey-do list and keep it rolling. But life be lifing. We be moving, shaking, and baking. I see that. First and foremost, thank y'all for tuning in, and those are rolling in. We wouldn't be here without you, and we wouldn't be nothing without you.
100%.
And we thank you. I think our YouTube is growing, our TikTok is growing, IG is moving because we're saying something. Well, somebody's saying somebody's getting something. But
Man,
we having fun with this, man.
consistency, bro. Consistency. Like, I'm proud. Like I tell everybody, a lot of people they hit me up and they say, you still got the podcast, and I laugh at them because we're gonna be like the gym, man. We ain't going nowhere. Your ass might not be in there for a while.
Try
We'll see you again. But nah, I'm proud of it, man. 119 live episodes where we get on here and talk about real shit live. And we put up a number like K Dizzle's going to do shortly to let people know how they can or where they can text in and join the conversation live. We're going to talk about some fun stuff tonight. It's been a lot of interesting things going on. K Dizzle, where you want to start it off, man?
Now, where do you want to start off? Because
So
you
look.
are the one that put this thing up.
So
you hold on. You dropped some news for me. You dropped some news to me, and I'm jealous. Right? I'm jealous. We said it, and now I'm mad. Kind of mad and upset. You're taking a vacation at the end of this
much
week.
needed.
Much needed vacation.
Much needed vacation, man. We taking a vacation, me and the baby, me and Shanae, and as you guys know, and if Sal's listening in the chat, or if any of our friends and family or frequent listeners, man, usually when I have a trip, I come back with a story. and some of these stories, they're all good. It's all good, but they're interesting, man. I'm starting to think Hef and Shanae need our travel chronicles, man, because the last time we went to Brooklyn to see the Tank fight, Sal loves this story very much. Shout out to Sal, one of the members of the Enough Said podcast, best sports show in the land. The sock story, man. Everybody know we found a sock in the hotel in Brooklyn. So now we're gonna treat ourselves and go to Puerto Rico, man. We're gonna go to Puerto Rico this weekend.
Okay.
We're looking forward to a good time. And I came up with some questions about overall travel, vacation for couples.
No. Let's get to the spicy. Don't
Okay.
sugarfoot around it. Go on and ask the spicy. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Wanna get right to
Go
it?
ahead and get with it.
So I'm gonna ask you guys this. If you guys are in the chat, I know we started off late. Anybody listening, definitely text the number. How do you spice it up on vacation when you've been in a relationship for a long time? When you're going on vacation with your forever baby, how do you spice up your vacation?
How
Not
do
your,
you
not your sneaky link, not the new relationship. You about to go out of town for the first time. If this is your fifth or more vacation
Mhm.
with your spouse and your partner, how do you spice it up, K Dizzle? And you the best person to ask.
Am I?
I know you got the answer, Sway. I know you got the answer. Help a young brother out, man. How
Let
do
me
you
just say
spice
this,
up
as
the vacation when your partner and you have been together for a while. I'm not
Right.
saying nothing's bad about that, but how can you make it a little different?
So truthfully, let me answer the question as an 18-year married vet going on 19 years. When you and your spouse, your significant other go on a vacation together, especially if you have kids, you happy to be out of the damn house. You happy to not have
That's funny.
to worry about or think about them folks. You happy to not have to get up and go nowhere. You
Shit, K
just
Dizzle
want
said
to,
spice. I love the spices at home.
yeah,
Shit.
what are you talking about? We want to sleep. That's what we
Right.
want to do. We want to sleep. Some people want to get inebriated. Some people just don't want to do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You just excited to be there. You excited to see some beautiful water, some beautiful sand. Even if it's not that, you can just, I mean, I'm gonna tell you, when you get into the rigmarole, you can get a hotel in another city, in a city 30 minutes away, and that be the greatest thing ever. You just don't go nowhere, get room service, and you just enjoy each other company. You binge watch, not have to think about that.
but you know what I'm saying? Like when I say spice it up,
So I
like
know what you mean.
what you gonna do different than your last three vacations? Like if you really wanted to spark up some romance, some intimacy, just some overall fun with your partner, things get mundane. You're always used to talking about work,
Mhm.
paying all the bills,
Yeah,
like you said, the rigmarole. So what can you do being with your partner for 10 years, 5 years to spark that relationship up on your vacation to get that groove
got
back?
you. I got you. Okay, it might be a little costly, but
All right. Get
might
your
be a
pen
little
and pad
costly.
out.
All
Get your
right,
pen and pad out.
might be a little costly, but hear me out.
All
Okay,
right.
hear me out. The hotel you getting, right? It's gonna be, hopefully it's all inclusive. You do your thing. You save some money that way.
All
Right? But
right.
in
So
order
now
to
you already going to all inclusive. So
on
I
all
gotta raise the
inclusive,
budget.
okay? Because what we doing, we might be blowing out the budget by doing what I'm talking about. It's all right. So you go to all inclusive resort. It's you and your boo. Get two rooms. Get two adjoining rooms. Okay. As soon as you get off the plane, y'all act like y'all know each other. Okay. Act like you don't know each other. Just a role play for the entire freaking vacation.
Wow.
Right.
So K Dizzle,
Hey,
I gotta slow you down. I gotta
staying
slow
here?
you down.
You staying here? Oh man, you staying here? Oh wow. You know what I'm saying? Meet up for drinks, talk, you know what I'm saying? Talk your stuff, sweet talk them up to the room. It just make it like a wild encounter on vacation. You just strangers in the night.
So do you
After
go
staying
as
so
far? Let me ask you a question. So do you go as far as checking in on your own and then just giving her key card so you don't have to go in together and do the whole check-in process of the desk, even though it's not so extensive? Like, do you already go take care of that so she can just have her key card and then y'all meet in your adjoining rooms, or what do you do?
I say you play it out all the way. If you gonna go hard and be like strangers, as soon as you get off that plane, we just randomly meet up and be like, "Oh, okay, we can share a cab. That's cool. The plane ride was cool." And they act like you play the whole thing out. Who's your family? Where you from? What
So
kind of
you
food
meet your
you like?
wife at baggage claim for the first time.
Yeah. As soon as we get off the plane, just act like you don't know. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, you by yourself? You taking a trip? Where you from? That's my city. What you talking about? Just
That's funny, bro.
just play it up 100% all the way till you get to, y'all check in. I got two rooms, but they're adjoining. Know what I'm saying? Two rooms, and then y'all play the game. I play the game. Play the role play the whole way through the vacation.
Nah, I like that
Y'all
idea. I
know
think
each other.
that's fun. I think that's creative. I think you fuck around and make your wife nervous if you play it too well. She might think you done got amnesia or something.
Yeah, just don't go trying to make her jealous by talking to other people. That is that is the immediate red flag. Don't do that, my guy.
Yeah, don't role play too hard and be like, yeah,
Yeah.
we single down here.
Yeah.
But look, but what are some other things y'all do? Like, what do you guys do in the chat? Like I said, if you guys are coming through, we ran a little late, but do you change your identity when you role play? Are you a different person? Are you pretending to be Dr. Ferguson? Are you
Listen,
rolling around? Are you a retired sports agent for the
Esteban.
380s?
You gotta go some type of different energy. You
Would
gotta
you
be.
say?
I'm Esteban. It's the
Then
Esteban Rodriguez. Whatever you want to do, but just have fun with
you gotta have an accent the whole time.
it. I know, and you just got to be committed. If you go role play through the entire vacation, just for some spice. If you're talking about taking your significant other on a vacation and spicing up the vacation just differently because you get settled, you get used to. I said, you just happy to be out of the house, but you really want to do it, just role play all the way when you get to the hotel, the whole time there. Act like y'all strangers in the night, just meeting randomly, at a hotel, and just have fun with it. Have fun with it.
Like
I
that,
think that's
man.
fun.
Is there anything that you're gonna do different on your vacation that you just don't do at home? Is it gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna drink a little bit more? We don't really sip like that. We've been working. We taking care of the kids.
Mhm.
I'm assuming you probably gonna raise your alcohol. You know, I don't know if you're gonna try to do anything crazier than that. But what else? What else can you possibly do to
Like
do something different?
real talk, sleep.
Sleep.
But but no. If you want to do something fun, just do an excursion. Something you
Okay.
normally wouldn't do.
Okay.
Prime example. Took my wife to Mexico on her birthday a couple years back, and my wife was definitely afraid of fish. Definitely afraid.
Okay.
We went snorkeling, bro. We went snorkeling. She was panicking half the time. She was in a life preserver half the time, but she got out there and she went snorkeling with these fish in the sea.
That's
It was
what's up. That's a
crazy,
good one.
but she did it. I mean, just do something that's out of character that you normally wouldn't do.
And let
That's
me ask you this question: If you do that, are you gonna pre warn your wife, knowing that she's not really doing that type of stuff, and it's spontaneous, or are you gonna surprise her with it?
oh hell no, I'm telling her. No, don't do
Uh,
that. Don't do that.
right.
'Cause it'll be
That's
a
that's
whole
what I gotta
argument.
ask, man. We gotta help the people out, man.
It'll be a whole argument and you done blow your money.
You just
Y'all ain't
spent
even going.
300 for this excursion to
What?
some motherfucking snorkeling.
We don't do that.
Snorkel.
No.
Playoffs.
Playoffs.
Snorkel.
You snorkel by yourself, and that just becomes a problem. No, you don't surprise them.
But I like the whole change up, make it spicy, role play. I thought that was a good idea, and I wanted to ask about it because we taking a trip, and it's a great time to leave all the stress and problems at home, man. Right now, life is life, and for a lot of people, good or bad. And when you
Mhm,
get away for 3 days, life is short, man. Like
mhm.
enjoy your time. Enjoy your time, have some fun, and if you can't have fun with your partner, you really might need to sit down and think about it because that's what it's all about. It's about your family, it's about life, but have some fun while you can. Enjoy your people. I'm looking at doing something different. Like one thing about Shanae and myself that I like, and she gets me out of my comfort zone. She likes to get real fresh with like trying to dress me when we go on vacation, and not like I wouldn't take her. I would take her advice, on an everyday level because she has a good fashion sense. But I
Mhm.
like to see like how she tries to throw together some like beach wear, different outfits to go out to dinner and stuff like that. So I might throw on something that you wouldn't see me really probably pick when I wear it out on vacation. So I'm gonna definitely get some pictures for IG to capture those moments because it's probably when I'm dressed the best when.
My wife dressed me like a white male. If it's beach wear,
Where on
it's
the
white
beach?
male. Yeah, it's
You
white
gotta talk about it. You gotta
white
break
male
it
energy.
down.
It's boat shoes, white shorts, you know. It's yeah. If it wasn't me, it'd probably be a cowboy. I firmly believe that in my heart. Just
That's
just on that dress.
hilarious, man.
So
What's
and
up,
they in the
baby?
building. Shout out to Nick.
Hey, I saw your face. That's hilarious, K Dizzle, because as I'm talking to you, your face just stiffens up.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
wife
no,
dresses me like a white
yeah.
man.
It's like, yeah, it's
Hi, baby.
I got white linen shorts for the beach in
Hold
my
on, K Dizzle.
white
Hold on, K
linen.
Dizzle. Hold your thought.
Go ahead.
You got a special moment. My 3-year-old is in the chat.
Ooh,
Nova is watching. She said, "Hi, daddy." So I gotta stop the chat and say, "Hi, baby girl."
shout out to Nova. Shout out to
Go ahead, Uncle K Dizzle.
But no, yeah. We talking about how your wife dresses for vacation. Yeah, she
Hilarious.
dresses me like a white male.
All right, so you're saying when you go out of town, you've seen enough of your wife's outfits that she put you together with to make you feel you know, like Scott, or
Yes,
yeah,
Dylan.
okay,
Dylan's more the category. So
okay.
yeah, Dylan.
So play the Dylan role when you role play. I'm done.
I can't.
Like Braxton from Jamie Foxx show.
Yeah, I can't do it. The uptown in me just won't allow me
You
to
got the white
play that game.
shorts with the
No,
crew
I
tie.
gotta be getting paid to do that. But but the uptown in me just let that happen. But yeah,
But
it's
try
just always
something new too. Like I'm gonna throw in there, man. Like if you never did it at home and you're out, traveling elsewhere, you can get away with embarrassing yourself. It's easier. If you want to maybe sing some karaoke if you've never done that
yeah,
before,
yeah.
cut a rug. Who you gonna offend? You
Yeah.
ain't gonna see none of those people again. It'll be great memories for you. And you'll be surprised when you try something new, it can relieve a lot of that frustration, man. A lot
Mhm.
of that, like I said, just that everyday work grind, that everyday hustle and bustle, man. I'm also trying to really get into not overthinking scheduling, but I do like to just have some things planned. Like, I'm not gonna overthink it because, like you said, kiddos, sleep is good.
Mhm.
So you get your partner out on vacation. She don't got to be watching the baby all day. Like it's good for her to catch up on that sleep. But I might, make sure I make a reservation to a restaurant or for an activity that
Sure.
she might not have been expecting. Just to throw it out there and make it a little different. Not to go too long. But what else you think, K Dizzle?
Sure. What else you thinking? Because I done said role play when as soon as you get off the plane, role play, act like you don't know 'em in 2 separate rooms, and y'all play, she'll be Esmeralda, you be Esteban,
So
and
will it,
speaking bad Spanish. I'm
so
just
so what about this one? So Shanae, I'm one to never really say, "Oh, you can't wear this, you can't wear that." You know what I'm saying? Plus, we're more mature adults, so we don't really go to clubs and stuff like that anymore. Anyway, that's a young scene. But when we go out to like an all inclusive or really to like a any place where the kids aren't, Shanae like to get a little fresh on something real nice and sexy, and I said, go for it, babe. We on vacation, babe. Put that outfit on. If you wanna, have your buns out, go ahead and get it in because that's my baby. Hey, I think it's attractive. I think it's a great thing. It gives us good energy. I'm gonna throw it out there to y'all, man. Let your baby fill us up. Put on a real nice outfit. Not to say she's not already confident, but she'll feel great about herself. Have a great time. Don't be all, all uptight, being all babe, make like you said, tied into the role play, mess
mhm.
around and come back, have a great time. I think it's a good idea.
No, no. We just, gotta be careful with that too. We can't she be like, "Ooh, baby, wear this." It'd be a cutout tank top and,
Well,
we
it's within your discretion. You know what
no,
I'm
I
saying?
know, but I'm talking about for the man. You can't be out there on the beach in your second trimester and you got a fishnet shirt on just because you're a woman and you wear it. You gonna
who
look something
who wearing
crazy
the
out
fishnet? Who?
You in your second trimester. You boy or girl. You the
That's
man.
hilarious, yo.
You looking
Nah,
crazy out there.
nah, I ain't gonna throw on no damn fishnet, nothing. Yo. Like I said, I'm with you. Like, if anything, I'm gonna get a little tropical with the color selection.
Yeah.
You might see some bright colors, some paisley shit.
Yeah,
You know,
you gonna wear some Easter you got that Easter palette on. Gonna be
yeah.
linen. It's gonna
You
be
might see
pink,
me with
baby blue.
some chancletas with the long sandals or something. I probably never wear around the streets of Baltimore.
Yeah, you got a seafoam polo on, something crazy shit. But it's what it is, man. You gotta go out there, you gotta live it, you gotta have fun, you gotta enjoy yourself. And like you said, do some things, try to do some things that you wouldn't normally do while you're on vacation to have
Yeah,
fun. And most importantly, make memories. Most importantly is make memories. So while you're out there. Like I said, another thing we did was I did talk about how we went snorkeling. Nice, see? A nice salmon top. Exactly.
exactly.
I got 2 or
Arizona,
3 of them in my drawer. I ain't never wearing again. Um,
Arizona got the point. Something you're not gonna be seen wearing around Forestville.
yeah,
But if you in the Dominican Republic, Arizona, you might got that turquoise.
you're gonna get
You might
clowned on
get
the
that
green line.
salmon.
You're gonna get clowned on the green line with that salmon top.
Yeah.
You're gonna be real sassy out
What,
there.
what,
But look,
what color is that? Is that orange? Nah, it's salmon.
no, it's salmon. Salmon.
It ain't no fucking orange, it's salmon.
Gonna
Relax
label,
yourself.
gonna label you sassy ASAP.
Is
Just need
that
a
purple?
vacation wear at vacation time.
Is that purple? It's periwinkle.
It's periwinkle. Oh, Jesus. But no, like you said, just make sure you have fun with it. Look, we would have went way in on it. So
Well, we started late, man, so I'm glad we
yeah,
got some people coming through.
yeah.
I wanna switch gears a little bit. We still talking about relationships before we start talking about everything else we got lined up. Y'all know I always talk about what's been catching my attention, man. I'm probably driving my girl crazy because whenever I'm just like sitting with really nothing to do, which is really not acceptable because I should always have something to do. But I got caught up in that pop the balloon shit, Arizona. I
Ah,
got caught up in the pop the balloon shit. I'm part of why I'm not streaming enough videos and content, K Dizzle, because I'm catching up watching Pop the Balloon. So again, real quick, enough says indeed had the food caterer and servers looking hard at my wife wearing a dress showing legs. Yeah.
right. You damn right.
Hey, let's talk about that before I switch gears.
What?
It's like that Kanye effect. Not to say that you're doing it to that extent, but it's like you see his crazy ass walking around with his wife and she doing it. And again, I'm not saying I would do that with my wife, but it's almost like this is my wife. This is what I got. That's how he throws about it. I'm not saying it's the same thing, not to that extreme, but I'm just saying.
I ain't gonna touch that.
So
I'm
look,
tired of yet.
so pop the balloon. Obviously, Pop the Balloon was a YouTube sensation. It fit perfect with this society. We talked about it last week. I'm not going to really give it too much burn, but we talked about how Netflix picked it up. And I gave Netflix a lot of credit, right? Over the past probably 2 episodes, I said, man, Netflix got some shit on there. I was telling you, K, there was some
Right.
shit that I was watching. All right. So I put the Netflix version.
What
What's
up,
good,
Sal?
Sal? I put the Netflix version of Pop the Balloon on. Netflix struck again. They
Say
took
what?
something, the Netflix version of Pop the Balloon.
Correct.
I watched it today.
Okay.
I didn't watch it live. It's live on Thursday. But I
Okay.
watched the recorded version.
I'm with it.
Oh my god. They took something phenomenal. They took something phenomenal and took it to trash, man.
Bro,
Hey, you leave it up to Netflix to do it. Go ahead, K Does. Make fun of me, man.
you know, I can't I can't really say it was gentrified. That's not the right word. The right word is it was commercialized.
Yes.
It was
Yes.
over commercialized. I'll be honest with you. Okay. I did not get through the first 3 minutes. I got up to the first 3 minutes
Yeah.
of the first episode and turned it off
Hey.
because it removed shout out to her for monetizing her platform on another level.
Let me talk about it real quick, K
Go
Does.
ahead.
So first off, shout out to Banky, HCG in the building. We'll never forget you. You always day one, and Arizona is in the building. So I'm watching it come on. So the show comes on. You see Arlette, and that's my girl, because that's I was watching her show. Like I was supporting it, making sure I liked the videos. And I liked the show because it really wasn't overly done. I like the authenticity of it. You had
Correct.
real people. Like when you said commercialized, that's a great point. Like I'm not gonna talk shit about the gentrification. Like everybody can have an opportunity to pop the balloon. Like we're not going
Right.
to do that. And it's cool to say it came from us. That's great. Not everybody can pop the balloon. Okay, don't forget where it came from. But here's my point. When the show comes on, the host actually is like passing the baton to the host.
Mhm.
And she's the young lady from Insecure, right? Very talented, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. I think her name was something Orgy. Very talented young lady. I even said to Shanae, I said she's really good at what she does, but she's, in my opinion, it's overdone for the show. Way overdone for the show. You got her trying to carry a live show where really the show on YouTube got popular, in my opinion, just for the unscripted, just witty comebacks and snaps. And it's like I'm watching it with no schedule. And that's why it's cool, because it's an easy watch. You really don't gotta pay too attention to it. But when you see or hear the little snapbacks while you're doing something, you're like, that shit was fun. Let me go back. What did he say to her? That's why I liked it. But now you got these, and I'm gonna let you go. You got these phony ass celebrities that they got on there, taking it away from the people. Yvonne Orji, yeah, she's very good. I'm
She
not
very
shitting on Miss Orji. She's very talented.
shout out to Moko. Shout out to
But she's in a tough spot because you give her a show that's been successful on a certain platform in a certain way, and you got to make her almost kind of keep it going. That's a tough job. But
here's
overall, I think the celebrities were terrible. One of the first guys I seen on it was like Johnny Bananas, and he was on there disrespecting. There was a girl in there from Baltimore that my girl know, and I think he said she looked like she was hanging upside down from a tree. Like you ain't never hear none of that shit on
hey,
the YouTube version.
look. So the problem was the real show was good because it wasn't a game show. They made Pop the Balloon a game show. They made it about more about the people on it, right? And focusing on the people on it were on there to be on a game show.
Yeah,
People on Pop the Balloon
looking for
on
love.
there to find relationships, right? To be honest and find relationships. And they weren't TV people. Everybody that was on that show was people who wanted to be on TV, right? Everybody was on Pop the Balloon on YouTube, wanted to meet people. And when it started getting popular, then you started seeing people that wanted to be or wanted to be or wanted I'm sorry, wanted to be famous.
Right.
But like you said, it lost its authenticity when it went to that large of a stage. Because now we're dancing, we're playing around with the balloons, all that. It wasn't that when it
And
was
and,
what it
and now
was.
and now they're trying to what's the word? Almost like force feed the viral moment.
What up, P?
You know, they're trying to
Yeah,
force the viral moment, and you can't do that. You know, the viral moment, you can't just be constantly just cracking jokes, like going above. That's the type of platform you want the witty banter, you want the conversation back and forth between, the guy and the girl. And I think the show's probably gonna burn out on Netflix, and hopefully she can get back. You see, we repping Cashland, Big P. Shout out to
so,
Cashland.
so
But I think it's gonna burn out, man. I think it's gonna hopefully get back to YouTube and get back to the way it was. We'll see. They
gonna
probably
crash out
cashed
of this
out.
app. She's gonna take that money and go home because again, it lost the authenticity of what it was on YouTube. They didn't go in to see a bunch of people who wanted to be on TV, act like they wanted to be on TV or act like they wanted a game show. They wanted to see real people kind of dog each other out or just tell the truth about what they see based on what they hear and what's in front of them. And that's the biggest difference between Netflix version and actually everybody when everybody saw it, I'm pretty sure they said the same thing.
Yeah.
If you did say the same thing, say so in the chat because man, I didn't get through the first 3 minutes. It was so bad. It was
But
so
don't
bad.
get it wrong, Arizona. I agree with you for Arlette and her husband to monetize that. Like that's what it's all about. Definitely get that bag. So shout out to them.
Shout out to her for shout out for Yvonne Orji for taking on a huge task, like knowing that it was going to be hella different from what it was.
Tough job.
And yeah, that's a tough job to try to keep that flavor going. But it did what it did was bring it to the masses on people who did not know what that was. So again, it may work out, it may not work out. For the OGs that know where it came from, they were like, nah. For the people that didn't know, they might fall in love with it just because it's something new, it's something different, and it goes right in line with everything else that Netflix does. Love Island, all the ultimatums, all that other
Yeah.
crazy stuff that they do. So look, we may not like it. We just two people talking shit. But more importantly, um, if it works, it works. If it doesn't. But yeah, man, I was again. I didn't make it through the first three. I was crashing out.
But
So
look, man, if you just joining us, K Dizzle, your sound fade a little bit in the end. But we are live as always, man. We appreciate you guys. And don't forget, we are anywhere and everywhere you can find us on Spotify, iTunes. But it's that time of the year. It's that time of the year. For those who are still with us, we're going to switch gears and talk about, again, one of my favorite times, why I talk about the game every day that I love. The NBA playoffs is here, man. And yes, he did. K Dizzle put the banner up because he know where I'm going with it. Let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something.
look, I'm gonna turn my camera off for like 2 minutes. Let you do your rant. I'm gonna just go right here.
So look,
Go
that's
ahead.
the K Dizzle face. That's the face K Dizzle made when Luca hit his 6-3 the other night. That's the same face, Katos. If you're watching us on the YouTube version, that's the face. He was like, huh? Another three? That's what look. I knew the trade was the worst trade of all time. We talked about Luka Doncic going to the Lakers for AD. Luka comes down to Dallas, back at home. The people give him the best reception in the world. Man, LeBron didn't hand Luka the keys to LA. Luka came in and was like, where are my keys, man? Because he torched Dallas. I'm talking about flamed them, put up, I don't even remember his stat line. I'm going to get to the predictions, Pete. Embiid is a washout. You know that. He's a bump. But Luka made me forget about LeBron. Can you believe it? Everybody calls me a LeBron stan. K Dizzle took away his screen right now.
You are LeBron stan.
Because
let's not say that we're not.
Okay, let me tell you what I saw though. I saw somebody with LeBron that made me think he got a real 1-2. And this is the first time I felt this way since Kyrie and D Wade. And what happened when he had me? What happened when he said, when he had Kyrie and when he had D Wade? What did LeBron do? Win championships.
So yeah, they brought LeBron.
Look at your face. Look at your face. It's so funny because I'm excited because now I thought this season was a wash. Even when I said it a few weeks ago, I was like, yeah, Luka's there. They probably won't even play together. LeBron, I was drawing all types of, LeBron is the best. So look,
my God. Here we go.
I'm sitting there, K-Duz, look.
Did you call everybody and
let no. Let me finish.
All right.
This man, LeBron, is motivated by Luka. When you watch the games, and I know Dre, he don't like to watch them anymore. When you watch the games, LeBron, he's liking the fact that Luka's the number one right now, but he's getting like 28, 30, as opposed to where when AD was there, he was kind of, 22, 24, because it's just like Luka's pushing it that high up. Luka's going for 40, 45. So what's LeBron going to do? And then you got to cover Luka. This is dangerous. This is probably the best 1-2 punch in the NBA. LeBron had made it to the point now. He got a Ken doll. Another thing to add to his legend. But I'm going to tell you right now, my prediction is the Lakers are going to the championship. I think it's going to be the Lakers out the West. Nobody in the West is playing better than I say the Lakers right now. Besides maybe the Thunder. And no, not even because the Lakers were cooking them. They split games. The Lakers beat them by a dub. Maybe Houston. But Houston doesn't scare me because Houston's got a lot of youth. You got Minnesota out there where Anthony Edwards got his, child support paid up front. He ain't got no worries.
Yeah.
At one point, what child support? Let me just give you one lump sum.
Let's go ahead and handle that.
And then you got, Denver. They fired their coach last week because they was over there giving Russell Westbrook too much love. That motherfucker missed the layup and had that foul to lose the game. They fired Mike Malone and the GM. So Denver's in trouble. You got Memphis, and that leads us to talk about Bang Bang himself. Come on, KD.
Hold on, man. Let me back it up real quick. Paying the child support up front is that's a GOAT move, bro. That is a GOAT move. I can't even hold it for that.
I can't believe you would call it a GOAT move.
That's a GOAT move.
He basically said, look, I don't want to hear shit.
You got it. No.
I don't want to hear shit.
So the reason why I say that too is because now if he's paid it all up, he can't come back to the well just because he made more money.
Yeah, but to me, I feel for the child because it's like you're telling me you ain't even trying.
Without a doubt.
And then Shorty's on Instagram the next day flaunting her whatever. I ain't even gonna disrespect her, but flaunting her shit like she got the bag.
Yeah, that was
You done with her? Because I'm done.
I'm done with her. Let's keep.
So I'm gonna say, Ja Morant and the Bang Bang Man. He's making headlines again because when he hit a three, he's doing the gunshots and shit. What's up with these Gen Z kids and the whole pointing the gun at you? Like, if I'm in LA Fitness and you shoot a three on me, don't shoot a gun at me, please.
YNs, baby.
AK Dizzle, I love the YNs, but please don't air shoot me. Don't finger bang me, pause. if you hit a J. K does if me and you playing ball and I come down the court and I give you a step back and I J you and I'm like, bah in your face with my fingers.
Yeah.
What you gonna say?
Yeah. No comment.
See,
That
see,
my
babe, that's
former
why.
life. Yeah.
See, babe, that's why I don't go to the motherfucking LA Fitness.
Yeah, we don't go to LA. No, we can't do that. The YNs be on different levels. They on different things. Right? We can't.
So they find them.
There's no rhyme or reason. There's no rhyme or reason. We older, so we gotta not match that energy. Because back
But
in
is
the
it
day,
something?
we was on the block, we matched that energy. No
But is it
pushback.
something that John Morant should be able to get away with when everybody's doing it, or because he's had his trouble, he's lost his ability to do it because now he's getting fined for it, and he did the fake. He threw a grenade in the crowd and covered his ears
Yeah.
as a mockery to like I'm gonna change my celebration. So shout out to Gen Z, man, and representing what's important to you. I guess he just want to express himself.
It's a league policy that you can't make those kind of gestures. They're trying to keep it clean. I get it. I understand it. They don't want to condone violence. But yeah, man, it is what it is. I don't, it's a different movement, different generation. You in the 30s range, I'm in the 40s range. We talk the 20s, the whole different genre. How they came up and how they lived their life. Said the YNs can have it. I will stay my ass in Harris Teeter, go buy my grated cheese for my wife for the spaghetti, and go back home. Howard County Community Center balling.
Hey, Dre, they be at the community center balling now. When they hit a jump shot, they put together their best Call of Duty gun that they created in the air. They start cocking it. What's up, my
My
dudes? How you
pep in
doing?
the building. What's
They
up,
start
man?
cocking it. But look, serious predictions though. Lakers Boston, man, classic NBA finals. Good for the league. For a bad regular season. But yeah, I think the Lakers Celtics. Realistically, I'm probably picking the Lakers because of emotion. They might lose to the Clippers because the Clippers showed me something today.
It's all good. We still love you. You forgot us. It's all good. We still love
You
you.
know,
You made it. You here.
you
I'm
hear my
I'm hoping and praying for something different. I want to see the Cavs and the Thunder. It may not be exciting. It may not be, all superstars, but I want to see something. Hopefully
that's
those
a
teams
that's
can
a
be balling.
good series, but it wouldn't be really good for the
I wouldn't be
NBA.
starstruck. People would be
Yeah,
like, "Oh yeah, I really want to watch it."
yeah.
But you'd see some people really balling.
Who do you
Really
think will
playing
win
ball.
that series?
Huh? I don't know. That's tight. I get to the Cavs because what's young blood playing? Donovan Mitchell.
You take him over Shea. Shea's playing like the MVP right
I
now.
know. I know. I just like their swagger. They played a couple times this season, haven't they? Played
Yeah.
against each other a couple times.
What's
Got to
their
look at the record, but
bro?
I would take that over the old faithfuls. Underdogs and upsets. Kings are the underdogs. They've been underdogs. The Warriors now that they got to play in underdogs. Um, Upsets. I think Clippers might go. Clippers are gonna go out early. I talked about them.
What?
I talked about them earlier. Didn't I say hang
What?
the Clippers up? I don't care how they playing. I think they're gonna get in there and choke. I don't care what your mouth say. Um,
So
yeah. Who you looking up?
I'm gonna tell you right now. I think Golden State and Memphis is a phenomenal playing game, but the loser gets the chance to play the winner of the Kings Mavs game. So to look ahead of that, I don't see. I'd still see the Clippers beating Denver as an upset. I do, even though the Clippers right now are playing well, and the Denver Nuggets aren't really playing that well.
Hmm?
It's still an upset because the Nuggets have the championship experience. Their team's going in healthy. They do have Jamal Murray back, but I really like the Clippers' firepower. And a lot of people aren't talking about Kawhi Leonard and James Harden.
Very
And
true.
they're playing phenomenal basketball. And today, in that Golden State game, when they went into overtime, James Harden was chilling in the last like 5 or 6 minutes in the fourth quarter. When overtime came, he just turned it up.
Yeah.
He had like 11 points. And that's what great teams can do. That's what the Boston Celtics do. They'll have a game to where Porzingis will come out and give you 30, and then you might have, Derek, what's his name? Derek White.
Yeah.
He might come out and drop 25. Like you never Drew Holiday can give you 15. So I just think that right now in the West, the Clippers are gonna upset Denver. And also in the East, don't be surprised if Detroit doesn't beat the Knicks. Don't be
I agree.
surprised. Don't be surprised if the Pistons do not upset the Knicks because the Pistons are one of those teams coached by JB Bickerstaff that they really fight, man. They fight literally and figuratively. They trying to have that identity, man. So those are my two upsets.
Okay. I'll take that. I definitely take that. Definitely. So let's shape it up. It's about that time where I start watching basketball. The playoffs. That's when I really start watching basketball.
It's
Uh,
still it's still a guilty pleasure for me, man. Just because
it is.
it's got the league's got star power. Unfortunately, you just don't know when the motherfuckers gonna play.
Yeah. Look, hey, look. I'm gonna flip it real quick, right? Because you did this, and I've been mentally saying this inside my head for the past 2 weeks. Um, but the truth of the matter is it just me or is Will Smith all over the internet? Hold on, what did you say? What Dre say? Even if Joker step up, Clippers lose.
Well,
Yeah,
here's the thing. Go ahead, Kay. Go ahead,
no,
Kay.
no, go ahead, go ahead. You do it.
Here's the thing. I'm accounting for Jokic to have a phenomenal series. I'm accounting for it, but I think the Clippers are too deep. Norm Powell can give you 25. Kawhi can give you 25. Harden can give you 30 and 10. Um, Zubac, potential defensive player of the year behind Draymond. They just too deep. The Nuggets were going through a lot. The coach said they didn't watch film. He started getting on the players' work ethic. Michael Porter Jr., Aaron Gordon, Russell Westbrook, Jokic. I don't think they're good enough to beat the Clippers in that series.
Mm. All right, so look, is it just me or is Will Smith all over the internet?
It's hilarious. You gotta make me cry laughing.
so, so what they are saying is his album did debut on March 28th, and based on, but they are saying it did his first album in 20 years flopped. That's what they're saying with
What'd you
low
say?
sales.
What'd you say?
They said it flopped. Is reportedly struggling commercially.
Oh my
Selling,
god.
now this can't be right. But selling just 268 copies in the UK,
What?
missing the Billboard 200 in the US. Now I can't believe that number. Gotta be missing a zero. 200. Well, look, 268 copies. Go ahead, man. Y'all playing with you. Y'all
Hey man, Sal said keep his name out your mouth.
So
Hilarious.
it's just, shout out to Will Smith. He went on every podcast show. He got every viral influence. He even did some. But didn't he have old girl from Tatiana Ali? They recreated some stuff from
Yeah,
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
yep. But you know why?
What happened?
We not listening to him, man.
No.
If anybody was gonna get Will Smith streaming numbers, it would have been us.
Very true.
And we looking at it like, yeah, go ahead, do your thing, Will, yeah, but we not gonna go listen to the album. Like at this point, it's more like an air high five to this cat. Like,
You
we
right.
appreciate you, man. Like we love you. You done did everything for the culture. It's no disrespect,
No
but
disrespect.
you out,
Absolutely
we gonna see his big. But
Look,
that's the
man,
thing. Like
that's hard.
it's
That's
us.
not me. That's what they say. They said he sold under 300 copies in the UK. I mean,
If
that's
we was
physical
still,
copies. Ain't nobody buying physical copies.
if his core audience
Mhm.
were streaming rap right now, he might have a chance. Like half of his audience ain't even listening to rap right now. So it's going to be hard for them to all of a sudden pull up a device and stream an album because they've been listening to like playlists. Like I'll listen to a playlist with my girl that's got fucking Frankie Beverly, Anita Baker, Maroon 5. Like I won't even get to a rap song for about 30 minutes. unless we really going to check for it. And then when I want to hear rap, I want to listen to something ignorant.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if we are the audience,
He's in trouble.
we still listening to old stuff.
That's
Like
what
you
I'm
said,
saying.
we listen to old stuff. We're not putting the Will Smith album in rotation, or we listening to new R&B. We have shifted where
Right.
what we're listening. So I mean, that's
I showed my girl his video, the short video that Enough Said was talking about.
Mhm.
And I thought it was good. Like I thought it was good. Talented. Will Smith got a song. It's an intro. He playing it like everybody gossiping about him. Again, kind of like got his name in everybody's mouth. But like when I showed it to my girl, my excitement went down because I was like, "Baby, look at Will Smith. He crushed this joint." She saw. She was like, and I said, "Well, damn. I guess he ain't crushed it, man." But to me, I thought it was good. That's the reaction I got from. She's 35. So
Yeah.
she a little younger than the whole Fresh Prince era, but she caught it towards the end.
What I saw was when the video came out where he was freestyling, everybody started analyzing it, saying, "Oh, that's ludicrous. Oh, that's so and so flow. Oh, so must have wrote this for him." Like this, like this is the first rapper in history to win a Grammy. And the issue is, after being away for so long, right? He been away since Welcome to Miami and Get Jiggy with It, and those are hits, but those were kind of corny hits. You know what I'm saying? They were cornball hits. They were fan favorites. They were
Just
commercial.
walk with me. Just walk with me. Just
Yeah,
slide.
it's just you're not looking for. Nobody was looking for Will Smith to come out with another album in 2025, and I don't think he made room for it. The guy is phenomenal and a lot of stuff he's done. The most sold copy was Summertime, but today less copies than David Hasselhoff's show in the UK. You're right. He did 232 copies in the US and 268 in the UK, which is hard. I was just reading something.
Less copies than David Hasselhoff. What did David Hasselhoff do?
I don't no, not Dave. It couldn't have been David It must have been David Bowie. Because David Hasselhoff ain't out there singing. If he is,
I'm about to
they
say
watch singing.
if Baywatch David Hasselhoff also my man Will Smith, then what the
Yeah.
fuck are we talking about?
Yeah, Baywatch out in these streets beating Will Smith is a problem. But look,
That is hilarious.
it's look, man, you have built this iconic movie star lifestyle and persona to go back to rap because it's your love. You can do whatever you want. You will. I'm with you. But do it. It wasn't. I don't think this was. This was a. This was a. I'm gonna sell a million copies. I'm gonna give me another Grammy situation. This was. I'm Will Smith. I can do what I want. I'm gonna put another album out.
Yeah.
And it's cool. It's cool. We just. I don't know. It just wasn't getting ears. It's
I'm
hard.
telling you, man.
You're not a YN right now. You ain't getting those ears. You're not a YN or an icon. You're not getting those ears right now.
This man is rapping every word proficiently where you can hear everything.
The enunciation.
And it's like when I saw the videos and the clips of him rapping and coming out with shit, I was like, okay, yeah, because it's Will Smith, like
he got bars.
yeah. But then after the eighth one, I'm like, oh, he's really serious. Like he's not stopping. He's really gonna do it. And again, high five, air high five, like salute to you, Will. Like I'm not gonna knock you, but I didn't expect it to. If that shit would have streamed anything with zeros on it, I would have been shocked.
Yeah. I'm gonna go
I
listen.
mean,
I
Lil
gotta
Wayne.
I gotta honestly listen to it.
Lil
Yeah.
Wayne is getting clowned by the YNs and everybody, and Wayne just got his window, closed as far as his run.
Mhm.
But Will Smith coming out and getting some notoriety, that's a long shot.
It is. He should he wrong as hell. He should have just put it out for free. Mike, you crazy for that. Look, I think he had to. At this point, it is free. This is free jewelry for him. He's not looking to make money. He don't need the money for it. He just wanted to go back to his roots. And again, you gotta have an audience that's looking for that from you. You
Look,
don't have
man,
that.
your next movie on Fandango, when they buy the tickets, it comes with a digital copy of the EP.
Say what?
You buy tickets on Fandango for his next movie. It comes with a pack. His next EP comes along for free. You get the code.
Look,
You
I
know,
thought you was gonna say it comes with a digital copy of Wild Wild West.
oh fuck that! I'm not going. That's one of the worst. That's probably the worst thing Will Smith was ever a part of.
I thought your album came with a digital copy of Wild Wild West.
Worst thing Will Smith was ever a part of.
But yeah, but it's just hard. If they're not looking for you to do that, get out for a minute. Like who was looking for Leon Thomas to blow up? Leon Thomas is from what show is that from? He's from the show with what's that girl? Kiki. The one that sing I'm a Dog, I'm a Mutt.
Yeah, I know. My girl put me on. I didn't even know where it came from.
Yeah,
She
Leon
was like,
Thomas.
yeah, that's the guy. She's the way you're talking about him is the same way she was talking about. Because I saw his Tiny Desk and I said, who the fuck is this dude?
Yeah. He was on our girl's show. Drew Jackson.
I'm a dog. I'm a mutt.
Yeah, he's on the show with what's Kiki that just did the new Friday movie? Kiki Palmer. Kiki Palmer. I'm terrible.
Oh, a movie or a show?
No, he's on the show with Kiki Palmer.
Oh,
We gotta look that up. But yeah,
I didn't see that.
Yeah, but now Will Smith, we love you, bro. Keep making great movies. Look, do music if you want to. Get that's your first love.
Yeah,
Keep making great movies. You being a pillar of the black community. You being an icon. I, as a black man, will support you this week. Maybe this week on and stream that. But what you looking for? What you see? You got ghosts over there, man?
ah man, don't even get me started, man. Don't even get me started, man, because my mom's watching the chat and I don't want her cussing me out, man. She's watching the pod tonight, but it's technically my dog. We live. Look, we live. Okay, give me a second. I'm over here minding my business while K-Diz was talking. I'm listening to everything he's saying, but I smell piss, and I don't like the shit. Okay, and technically it's my dog. Okay, technically it's my dog, but I got him here because my mom has adopted my dog for me. But he's made it back in my good graces because she was staying here for a few weeks, but now she's at her place unpacking, and I still got him. So as I'm sitting here, as I'm sitting here speaking on all this pop culture and shitting on Will Smith's album, I'm smelling dog piss, and I don't like it. I'm not that type of guy to just sit and look and smell dog piss. So I'm like, where is it? Because I think what happened is I missed it, and he got in the studio.
Oh,
Man. And we just don't mind me, guys. I'm sorry.
Next subject.
Don't mind me, man.
I'm just trying to figure out because you sit there and you talking, you like.
You remember when Friday when he was talking to his dad, he had to shit on his ass for falling in the pit, and the whole time his dad's talking to him, and like, the fuck is that smell? Like I'm sitting here and I'm like, I know if it's not Socks' dog piss, sounds like a mixtape. That sounds like a straight mixtape. If it's not Socks, it's dog piss. Featuring K Dizzle DC and Health Streams, yo. It's the funniest shit ever. Man.
I'm laughing. I'm laughing too,
man.
Because you said, I know Miles in the chat. But you said Miles staying for a little bit. The dog came with her. Then she left, and the dog still.
Yeah, man. And he's a big motherfucking dog. So it's not like it's the dogs upstairs that you know about. Hey, there's what ain't like the dogs, you know, Shanae got. It's the wolf in this motherfucker.
Shout out to Mom's leaving the dog behind.
He got the piss that go through your carpet and the floor.
Hey, look. So the topic of the episode is named Man vs. Woman. Who submits? Right? Please explain to me why you had me name that episode.
All right, you kind of faded, or maybe I'm just going through a lot and I couldn't
hear. No, it's probably me faded because I moved my mic over because I was all right, go ahead.
So, if you didn't hear K Dizzle, the title of the episode is you said who submits to who?
That's what you said. Who submits
Who's
to who?
tapping? Who's tapping out? You
Who
know,
submits to who? Who's tapping out?
the new terms. Hey, leave me alone. Enough said. Leave me alone tonight. Y'all see me? I'm not. See if you're watching, if you're listening on Spotify and iTunes, you wouldn't have never got what the hell we talking about. But if you're watching, I'm looking at the corner and K Dizzle's waiting to see who gonna pop up. He
What is that?
nervous.
Hello?
It's the aroma from the corner. So
Go ahead.
look, man. Again, I've been going down the rabbit hole watching Pop the Balloon, and I'm listening to all these people and all these relationships, people and experts, and everybody's talking about. I don't know if it's new or if this has existed forever, but I've never heard it as much until now. And I'm gonna stop rambling, but it's the whole like wanting submission in a relationship. Submission in a relationship. What does it mean for couples today? So traditional relationships are what we typically tend to understand more, K Dizzle, from where we come from. We've talked about this for 2 years now. Text 301-857-1757 and join the conversation. But now when you are on the internet and you're listening to all the red pill talk, a lot of men are talking about they want their women to be submissive. And it sounds good. And what does that mean? Well, apparently, if we want a woman to be submissive, we want her to allow us to lead, right? Or you want your partner to allow you to lead. So that's another thing. Like, I want to be led, is what you hear a lot of people say. Well, who's leading and who's submitting? That's my question. And what does it take to get a leader put in place in a relationship? And what does it take to submit to that person and actually give that person the title? And who's doing it? Are the men still leading in the relationship? Are women still expected to submit? Are they doing it today? And what does it take for you to actually earn a submissive woman for you if you feel like that's going to benefit you in your relationship?
Wow. Wow.
It's a lot to unpack,
That's a hell of a lot.
but you can start anywhere you want to go with it because are you looking for your woman to be submission in a relationship? I'm gonna throw it out there. Are you looking for that?
Am I looking for my woman?
Let's start with us. Let's put it on us first.
Am I okay? It depends on what your definition of submissive or being submitting yourself to your spouse. That plays a huge role in because your definition and my definition are two different things. And Andre down the street definition be like, no, she need to suck my toes when I'm ready.
Okay.
It's just it's a matter of what the hierarchy is in the relationship that you guys set. Not only at the beginning, but also what you believe. Is my mic coming in? Yeah, we should ask Fancy 100%. Is my mic coming in okay?
No, you good.
Okay, so if you want to go biblical, is God, man, and then woman, right? Because God follows man follows God's voice and God's vision, and the woman's man as as leader of the home, leader of the house, hearing the word of God through him. So it really depends on the individual and what that means. It's always usually taken in the negative context, man. Meaning, you got to be a slave in the kitchen, man. You got to do this. You got to suck his toes. I know I said suck toes twice. I don't know why, but it's just an outlandish thing that some people take the definition of submission way too far, right? Way too far, almost to an abuse standpoint. So I think if you have, based on your house, how it's built, if you're under Christian principles, it's usually, the man is going to lead the direction of the house, but not without the consultation and also inclusion of the wife, her idea as well. So we do talk about a 50-50 partnership moving forward, but it is the man's sole position to kind of lead and guide which way we're going.
But let's talk about why in tradition. Let's talk about where this comes from. Why was it expected for women to be submissive? Like, what do you think the reason was for the even started like that in societies back then? I know what I'm thinking.
Go ahead. What were you thinking?
It's obviously because of security. Because back then, women didn't have all the equal rights and opportunities that they do now. So, in my opinion, a woman had to really put her, I guess, all her talent and all the skills that she brought to the table in the basket of a man who she felt like would give her probably a best chance of being protected, being taken care of, being you know, put in a position of having everything she wants and desires. Because I hate to say it, back then, but facts are facts, they didn't have the opportunity to get certain jobs, certain careers, certain paths weren't really laid out for women. So in a way, that was their way, from what I've learned and seen over time, of how they were taught. Like, parents and grandmothers and mothers would sit there and say, "Hey, baby, like this is what you got to do. You know, if you want a good man," because that's what they knew. I don't think it was necessarily a bad thing. I don't think that they just chose that role. I think that's what the society was set up around them. I
Very
think this
true.
question now is pivotal because women have more opportunity. I'm not saying it's still fair. I'm not saying it's still even. Obviously, women still have more rights and they're still fighting, but there's still more opportunity. Now, a woman growing up isn't going to necessarily be focusing. We talk about it all the time on getting married. She might be focusing on her three businesses that she's opening up, and her real estate, ventures, or she might be focusing on her master's degree. And at that point, why should she want to be submissive? Because in my mind, and women can tell me better, a woman will submit to me because I obviously have qualities that she admires in me that she might not necessarily have, which makes her, I won't say whole, but makes her feel better for having a partner that she wants to take on things in the future. But I don't necessarily think that men really understand that a lot of women now aren't necessarily going to be submissive. And what will it take for you to necessarily lead in that relationship? Because I think right now, and me and my girl talk about it all the time, you know, I am traditional and I do want to be the man of the house. I do see myself being the man of the house. Now it goes back to saying what you were just saying. It's not to the extreme to where it's like, make me a sandwich. It's not to that extreme to suck my toes. It's the point that I want to be respected, that, you know, this man is leading the family. I made a great decision. I know he's got my best interests at heart. So if he says we might make this move, I got him. You know what I'm saying? Or if he might need this support, if I got to pour into his cup in this avenue to get to where we need to be, I trust him. So I'll submit to do that so we can grow as a family. That to me is submission.
And you said it, you hit the nail on the head. We talk about submission, it's really just the quintessential ability to trust your partner and have them be able to lead the direction that we think this. So now, not enough said podcast said not no, I'm not seeing my wife submission. We are walking side by side, which creates unity relationship.
That's a great
That's a
answer.
great answer. At the same token, what you're really doing is you are you are incorporating everything your partner's beliefs, ideas, thoughts, and instincts into the decisions that you're making for the household. And being submissive just means that we are uh, we are laying down our favor and our trust in you to make the right decisions. We're going to tell you how we feel about it. We're going to say, speak our piece. Take that into consideration. I want to trust you that you make the right decision for us and our family. That doesn't always mean that. That means that also when that decision doesn't work out, we're man enough to say that we didn't make the right decision and we did it together,
Mhm.
right? We did it. We did it together. We believe that this was the right place to go. We did it together. Now, when you talk about today's relationship, the example you gave was, hey, a woman, three businesses, doing that. She's very independent, self-sufficient, and she may not be looking to be submissive. She has the wrong idea of what being submissive is. being submissive in a relationship. It's just merely trusting your partner that we have the same goals, ideals, and strategies in mind moving forward as a unit. That's the hardest thing that people fall into talking about long-term relationships or even when we talk about marriage. Marriage makes it amplifies it 100 times. Many times as we tell people all the time, yeah, you might be together, you might be living together for a long time, but when you get married, everything changes.
Right.
Everything changes because now you have made a serious commitment, not only just you guys, but friends, family, and under God, if that's what you believe. And you have made a decision to be submissive not only to each other, but also trust that we're going to make the right moves together. It's about again bringing those three businesses, bringing that self efficiency and that dependency on no one into a relationship where you're going to have to become interdependent.
Okay. So let's stop right here real quick.
But
So now with everything you just said, because you have all those moving parts, right? And definitely say where you were going. Like it's different from back then. Like, your parents and my grandparents, like you would be in a situation where it's like, all right, the guy's going out and he's swinging. The guy's going out and he's bringing home the bacon, right? So let's talk about, if you want to call it ancient history, that's fine. Mike says, I think the difference is choice. A woman now is free to choose to be submissive or not. Very true. In the past, it was an expectation. It was expected to put your life on hold to support a man and family. Okay. Again, thank you, Mike. You just helped me out. So it was expected for the man to bring home the bacon. Remember that old fashioned term? So you go out, you got the hard labor job. You out there making pennies to put the food on the table. Wife's at home with the kids because there's no daycare. And Mike says, I think on this topic, when I think of my daughter and what I want for her when she is older, very, very serious, Mike. I've got a 3-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old daughter, and K Dizzle's got, daughters as well. Four. And he could tell you better than me. So I want to instill into my daughters why she should choose to follow, if anything. And it doesn't have to be a linear follow for the entire relationship. Like with Shanae, my girl, I try to tell her, like, I don't expect you to just lead me, excuse me, to follow me and for me to make bad decisions and you to just rock and just stick with me and just love me because I'm the man. Like I do expect you to want to take my lead or want me to take the lead in certain things, but also with me and her, I'm cool with her making a decision too. And multiple decisions. Like you can always say, "Hey, babe, look, we come to buy in the house. Like I like this house. Okay. Like it's never, oh well, this is where we're gonna go." See, I was listening to a conversation with Anthony Mackie, the actor Anthony Mackie. He was
uh,
on a couple weeks ago, and he was like, if I go out and we're in public and let's say we get a physical threat, somebody wants to hurt you, you expect me to knock them out, right? You expect me to defend you. Or if we have to, change two tires in the rain, you expect me to be the man and change two tires in the rain. So when I get home after working 10 hours, doing all this and all that, make me a damn sandwich. Ha 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 ha. But that's the thought. But here's the thing, like, are we still set up in those traditional roles? Because I might be at work for 10 hours, you might be at work for 6 hours, but does that make me more important than you? Like I keep facing these conversations to everybody in the chat and the UK doesn't, because it's like now you can't just be the breadwinner. You can't just bring home the bacon.
no.
You gotta put in that effort into your relationship all the way through and through, because a woman has so many choices now. A woman has so many options. And as a man, like you gotta set that standard, not just for your relationship, but like Mike said, for your kids too.
I don't think the difference now is that they have more options. I think that now is that they understand the importance.
Check your mic, kid.
Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Better
I go
there.
check up, I go check up. No, I understand. It's not the difference of women having options. It's more so the difference of men understanding that women need support. Okay, you got to be able to do the laundry every now and again. You got to be able to wash dishes. You got to be able to clean. You got to. It's not just one sided. Back in the day, a man went to work, came home looking for a plate, and went to bed, and expected everything to be done. That's not the case in these days, because when they did that back in the day, it just left a lot of stress, aggravation, headache, and a lot of loneliness on the woman, and it was unresolved trauma. Truthfully, it was unresolved trauma, and so we've learned that, hey, not only is it important to play a pivotal role, not only just at work providing, but also being present, being active, being present, and also being a part of the relationship, being a helping hand. Okay, because both of you are playing a role, and both of you deserve help in each role. And I'll say truthfully, um, it wasn't until later on in my relationship that I realized that, hey, my wife said, hey, I no, at times I felt like a single parent because I was so focused on working and providing that I didn't make it an important thing to be there when
But
she.
can I ask you this
Go
question?
ahead.
If she was working and providing just as much as you in the same way, because you both had different roles,
Hmm.
would you still expect her to do certain things?
Like what?
For example, let's say this is a stupid question, but it's probably not as stupid as I think. You both work the same amount of hours. Let's say you both are putting the same amount of efforts in, in all the avenues of work, life balance with the kids, but you just want her to cook dinner.
Hmm.
Like, is that still submissive or is that just a role that you want to put? Like, would that still be traditional? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what
Like, we're even, everything's fine, but like, you're the wife, make me dinner. Some people think that way. I'm not even necessarily saying
no,
I
that is
think that way.
yeah. Some people do think that. You gotta look at it both ways. You gotta look at it both ways because remember, we say that things are even, but exactly what you just said. You're putting in the same hours, come home and they're tired. You put in the same hours, you come home, you're tired. Who's making dinner for who? You see what I'm saying? The smart thing would be to say, okay, I'm ordering us dinner. What do you want? Or I'm bringing it home on the way. Because now neither one of us have to do a dual role. We're always playing that dual role. Me going to work, my wife taking care of the kids. She's actually working 100% more than I am because she's on call nonstop 24/7. So I know as a man now, I have to be cognizant of that, making sure that we carve out space, carve out some time for her. I can't just come home and say, okay, well, where's dinner? Because I had to even stop. I stopped asking myself. I stopped asking, did you make dinner? I just come home and if it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. I'll find me some. Because now I know that sometimes that's that's not a good thing for me to ask because I don't know what kind of day she's had. And I don't know what was going on. So whether it's there or whether it's not, I'm not going to be upset. I'm just going to do what's there. Now, when it's there, I'm grateful. If it's not, I'm grateful. I'm just hoping that we in good spirits when I get there. So I think the like what you said, that's an idea that we get stuck in our head from generations past that we learned from our fathers or our grandfathers from the time in which we didn't do as much as we should do. Makes relationships better and more important and also more meaningful. Like today's men and today's women are actually breaking generational curses, talking about it, we're having conversations, actually being there more for building a long lasting bonds. So that missive idea for people who are really doing it no longer becomes a negative thing. It just becomes a connotation of trust. It becomes a connotation of this is what we're going to do, trust each other and build each other so that we best for our family. And then
Like,
at the end
hey,
of the day, for us, when look, here we go. We went way over. I think it was the ghost dog.
it was a what?
It was the ghost dog pick.
It's Ghost, man,
Way
six cents.
over,
But
way
look,
over.
K Dizzle always break it down for us, man, and that's why I like bringing my topics to K Dizzle because, like, getting your partner to be submissive isn't what we're trying to do.
No.
We're trying to grow, and in order to grow, every situation I think needs a leader. And I think you can also have a good co-captain. You know what I'm saying? I think the relationship's never 50-50. It's never going to be 50-50. I'm old enough to be able to tell you guys this. I'm not that old, but I'm old enough to tell you it's not going to be 50-50, but there's different levels of effort. There's different ways you can lead in your relationship. And everybody wants to feel safe. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to feel like they're in a situation with somebody. Think about it. You're going on it's like getting on a ship, right? And the water's rocky. You got the winds coming in, and you got a path that's going to take you your lifetime to get there. But you got one person that you can share that with. That person ain't gonna want to get on that boat with you if you ain't right. and that's the biggest thing. Like, I'm speaking for myself too,
Yeah.
because as men, we all got to think about this. And the times are different. It's not 1900s. It's not the 60s. We're not in the same time. We really got to be smart and open our eyes up and do the best you can. And if your partner's submissive or not, make sure you got a good ebb and flow. Make sure you got everything planned out and you can communicate. I think communication is always going to be the way.
You don't even have to have everything planned out. You gotta have a goal in mind to you're
There you
not gonna
go.
be perfect. Neither one of you are gonna be perfect. You ain't gotta have it all together. Just gotta have a commitment. Want each other to each other and trust each. There's no such thing as perfection. We all strive for it. We all practice to get to it. And easiest thing you can learn from relationships that there's no such you don't have a perfect partner. You have a soulmate, one that resonates with you can make it through a lot of stuff that you normally couldn't make by yourself. But as far as perfection, driving towards the mark, and that's all we more importantly, don't don't misconstrue submissive mission trust. Submission is a word that older patriarchs use to enforce power or authority. Not what that's not what it's
My thing, K Dizzle.
the only person you're supposed to submit to your life is to Christ. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Right.
So, long story short, I know we had to get in there. We went a little bit over our normal time. We started a little bit late, but it's all good. Great topic for you to pull out, really talk about and expound on because people say it all wrong all the time. All the time, people. When you take it, read one word, it's a negative connotation. Really break it down to say what it means. When you really break it down into what it means, um, you really understand it better. That people fall for the lack of education. Um, hopefully, we spread some knowledge to you that you understand what have. Tell them where they can find you.
Hey, man. F Streams Media on YouTube is where I like you to go and find a Climbback series, man. Please go in there, like my episodes, like my content so we can grow, so the channel can reach out to more and more people. But I'm on Twitter, Twitch, and IG, and follow my man K Dizzle DC. He's all over. Tell him where you at, K Dizzle.
Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, everywhere where you always be, updating weekly. Look, go to our youtube.com/ADU podcast, Facebook ADU podcast. LeBron is a quitter. Hef says enough said podcast. You want to be a part of the show?
I let him off the hook.
Submitted to all dressed up podcast at gmail.com. I apologize. That was my gate kicking me in and out on the mic. You can always find us on all of your channels everywhere. Do you know we got a large following in Singapore?
Yeah,
We got
man.
a huge following in Singapore. I never knew. Never knew. But
Giving people the facts from over here.
that's just what it is, man. Look, catch us every other Sunday right here on your bat station. Lock this number in your phone, goddamn it. 301-857-1757 is the channel. Is where you need to be. So we can bring you on live. Shout out to everybody who comes through. We love y'all. we will see y'all on the next one. Take them out, Hef.
Hey, man. Wish me luck in Puerto Rico. I'm gonna check the bed, make sure there's
Maybe.
no socks in that mall. We're gonna come back with a good story for you guys. Love you enough, said Mike, Dre, Sal, Mama Hef, all K Dizzle's friends and family.
Nova, go to sleep if you still up.
Shanae, if I'm forgetting you, Arizona, you the guy, man. Love you always. See you next time.
HCG is always in the building. We love you.
Oh, yes. Oh,
And you know, and I know, and they know, and we know, we go all in, you know, and I know, and they know, 'cause we know.